Hey love, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So on today's video, I am doing a lock repair. I am reattaching locks that were cut off from a protective style. Well, I don't know if it was truly a protective style. I don't know if you would consider it a protective style, but my client wore butterfly locks over her locks. So in the process of taking out the butterfly locks, the person taking the locks out mistakenly cut several of her locks during the process. She had maybe about anywhere from 10 to 15 locks that were cut at different lengths. So we're just gonna go back and reattach the locks. So with the tool that I'm using, I am using a crochet hook tool. It does have a hook on the end, but this tool is the smallest of smallest of smallest crocheting tool, okay? I think it is the 0.03 or 0.30. I believe it's the 0.03. I will put the link in the description, but I got this tool from bramble.com. I will also put that whole link in the description. You can get all the interlocking as well as crocheting tools from that website. Depending on the size of locks you're working on, you want to get the appropriate size tool for it. So there are thicker tools, like tools that the 1 mm tool, the 1 nm tool, or the 0.75 tool, or the 0.50, 0.45. I believe this is the 0.30, which is the smallest one. And you want to make sure, biggest thing, that you're using the right tool, or you'll be on that lock forever. Okay. I don't do this technique often, so I'm not the fastest with this technique. There are some people who can repair that lock in like 5 seconds or maybe a minute, but this technique, I take my time, because as you can see, because it's the smallest tool that they have, the ends of the tool is so sharp, okay? So I take my time because, baby, I got to protect my money makers, okay? I got to protect my fingers because that tool is so skinny, so sharp. Any little mistake, it will puncture through your skin. So the biggest thing when it comes to crocheting the hair, it is her own hair that I'm crocheting back to the lock, so the weight match, the evenness for the most part match. Now, as you can see, when I started her locks, the ends of her lock that's on her head started curling up already. It's because through washing, the ends started to unravel because it has been cut and now it's open. So it started to unravel, and now we have to attach that lock to it. Pretty much pulling that loose hair through the other lock, and the hook at the end of the tool is what's doing the pulling. Once you puncture that tool through the hair, you start pulling the loose hair through. Now, as far as the when do you know you're done doing, when the lock is secure, when it feels sturdy or solid between your fingers. So as you're puncturing the hair with the tool, you're rotating the client's hair. You're rotating, puncturing, back and forth, and you're just pretty much matting the two strands together, meshing it together. So the process is simple. Overlap the hair, use the tool, go in and out with one hand, and while the other hand is rotating the hair in between your thumb and index finger, and you're just rotating and pulling, and that pulling is pulling strands through the other hair and the other hair and the other strand, and they're just marrying together. Do that till it feels really solid and nice and tight. The smaller your tool is, the more you can clean up all the little strands that's left out. You can pull all of that in, and that, once it's solid, it's secure enough to where you can pull, you can tug, you can do whatever, you can shampoo right away, and it will not slip. And once I'm done weaving the hair through, I just palm roll the hair in my hand to reduce any flyaways and to blend as much as possible. And that's it. Now moving on to protective styles. When you're doing protective styles on your locks, you're adding extensions on your locks, or doing braids, doing butterfly locks, or whatever it is. Make sure, please be mindful of the tension. Make sure it's not too tight. My client has a full head of hair and her hairline is thinning out because she does these protective styles very often, and whoever she's going to, they're doing them so tight that it's pulling. She has even lost 3 whole locks in the back, like the whole lock is gone. All you got is like little baby hairs because the whole lock is gone. So be mindful of the tension that is being put on your locks when you are getting protective styles. And then the takedown process. Make sure that whoever is taking the locks out know exactly how to do it, know what to do so your hair is not being cut in the process, because it costs to get this done. To go and pay somebody to reattach your locks, it costs. So be very mindful of that. So the biggest thing is tension. Be mindful of tension. So that is going to, go a long way when it comes to those locks or styles over your locks, protective styles over your locks. So as I mentioned before, I do not do this often. I do it here and there. But if you are someone who wants to learn how to crochet and you want to master this, you want to learn how to do all types of crocheting, how to create the lock and do all of this stuff, Chris McDread teaches an awesome class on crocheting where he goes into all the details about crocheting and how to create the lock from scratch, do seamless reattachment, do seamless crocheting and all of this stuff without hurting yourself and building your speed. He does a wonderful job. I will link his information in the bio if you want to take any of his classes. He is great. Okay, well, we are wrapping it up. That's the process that I use. That's pretty much what it looks like. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. But if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and follow my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.